I'm Craig Davis, and I'm going to read to you now an excerpt from my new novel, The Job, based on a true story. I mean, this is bound to have happened somewhere, which is available now on Amazon.com and on many other fine websites where ebooks are sold. Now, as we pick up our story, Joe B. has been demoted to the mailroom at Universal Whirligig, where he had been a vice president. He doesn't know why he was demoted or if he has upset the big boss in some way. Joe B. is struggling now to keep his life together, so to cut expenses, he has gone to Daddy Bill's used car lot to trade in the family SUV. Daddy Bill's attention snapped back. Now what you want is this fine piece of foreign engineering. I'm not sure the big boss just wants to make me miserable. But what else could he be thinking? Joe B. stared at his feet as he followed Daddy Bill absent-mindedly. He finally realized he was face to face with a car as big as a whale, complete with fins. "Oh, what's the use?" Joe B. intoned. "I can't make a decision. Now I think no matter what I do, it'll backfire on me. Whatever I drive home, my family will be afraid to tell me what they think of it, and my friends won't stop laughing at me. Every new turn of events torments me because the big boss stays silent. I just wish I could know why he's angry with me." "Your friends won't make fun of you. Keep your mind on the car. Why, 5 million Frenchmen drive this car." Joe B. made an effort to look interested. "It looks like they did," he said, inspecting the sagging undercarriage. "What about those bugs on the windshield? Are they standard, or will they cost me extra?" "Now, no need to get nasty. Just take your mind off that car. I'll find you something." "Just sell me anything. I can't concentrate. Making any kind of choice is like playing roulette. You pick a number and spin the wheel, then the ball flies out and hits you in the eye. It's like running a marathon over broken glass when your shoelaces are tied together in some tangled Gordian knot. Why is it so tough to get through this life? It shouldn't be so hard to figure out. It's not rocket surgery. It's not concert pianism." "Why are you still talking such nonsense?" Daddy Bill broke in. "I can't make head nor tail of what you're saying. Pianism? You know, around here something close to English is spoken. Gordian knot. What kind of highfalutin talk is that? Now here's a sweet little sedan." "All I'm saying is it's totally arbitrary. Maybe I do deserve to be demoted to the mailroom. But if I do, then surely everyone does. My service to the big boss maybe wasn't so great, but it was as good as anyone else's. But nobody will take my part before the big boss. I can't see him, and nobody else will talk to him for me. I need someone to stand up for me. And until that happens, until I can be either vindicated or told what my misdeeds are, I won't quit. Nobody can make me quit." "No, don't you quit. How are you going to pay for this vehicle if you quit?" "If only someone would stand up for me," Joe B. said again. "Well, what good would that do, anyway?" "Son, I've heard all about your big boss, and he's not the type to listen to anyone. He's the type who thinks he always knows everything that's going on. You made mistakes, boy. At least he thinks you did. That's all that matters. And so you're paying the price. Now, just cast your peepers on this fine Studebaker." "That's just the point. If I made mistakes, I'll never know what they were, because nobody will point them out to me. You say that over and over. You sound like a broken record." "What's that?" Joe B. asked, betrayed by his advanced technological experience. "Well, back when we had phonographs..." "Oh, never mind. You just need to get off this constant complaining. You're obviously never going to get any answer out of your big boss. Life now is as good for you as it's going to get, so it's better for you to just be afraid of your big boss and not have any hope in him." But I don't want to be afraid of him. I have nowhere else to go. All I can do is hang in there and adjust. I need a cheap car. Will you please stop distracting me and sell me a car?" Daddy Bill gave him a disgusted look, but then the shimmering dollar signs returned to his pupils, and again the two picked their way through the lot. Before long, Joe B. was easing the VW bus out of the drive, nearly jarring the rear bumper loose as he bounced off the curb. The long bench seat stretched out to his right, and before him the dashboard proudly displayed its speedometer and AM radio, complete with 5 preset buttons. From the floorboard emerged a spindly gearshift, reaching up like a skeletal arm from the grave. As he parked in front of his house, his wife turned silently away from the window and let the pulled drape fall back into place. "You expect me to drive that thing?" she greeted him. "I'm afraid so." "In public?" She displayed her horror. "Well, that's where most of the streets are." "This just isn't fair." "I know." Joe B. tried to comfort her. "But it suits our needs for now, and we even got some cash back for our SUV. Eventually I'll get to the big boss and straighten all this out." "Your big boss," she replied through taut lips. "May he never die until I shoot him." The afternoon waned, and evening began to draw to a close. As drowsiness began to bring bedtime chores to mind, 3-year-old Hope approached Joe B. "Daddy, what's a handkerchief?" "What?" "I don't know. A cook with a cold?" "Why do you ask?" "Mommy says you should take yours and go blow your nose." "Oh, well, she's just frustrated. So am I." The time came to prepare Marie for bed. Profoundly beset by cerebral palsy, she was unable to see to any of her own needs. She had endured and survived a number of complications over her short number of years, nearly dying twice, only to be saved through treatment at a large medical facility. Joe B. and his wife passed long hours in the center's family care unit, receiving tender care from support staff, even as doctors and nurses worked tirelessly to save Marie. She pulled through each time, and now spent her days bound to a wheelchair, signing a few simple words and smiling. Joe B. fed her the 5th small meal of her day, carefully wiping the remains of each tiny mouthful from her chin. Sips of juice dribbled onto her bib, utensils and napkins accidentally flew onto the floor, and gurgles of laughter danced off the walls. Then it was off to the tub, where Joe B. supported Marie's frail body while his wife bathed her. Next, the kitchen sink, Marie's head propped upon the edge to get her hair washed. Gingerly sudsing and rinsing, then lovingly drying with towel and blower, Joe B. hoisted the delicate bundle into her specialized bed. Her rigid limbs made dressing difficult, but Joe B. had perfected a system that quickly made her cozy warm in her fuzzy flannels. 2 hours spent, he gazed deep into her eyes, wondering about futures past. Thoughts raced through Marie's little brain, never to gain expression. Joe B. studied the sparkle in her bright iris, then watched it fade. A glaze overcame her face, and an alarm blared in Joe B.'s head. She was sinking into a seizure. Her hands gestured blankly, suspended in time, and her body wrenched slightly. Joe B. reached to take her up in his arms, to caress her straining muscles, and coo her mind into calm. She twitched again and vomited the whole of her dinner, on Joe B., on her pajamas, her hair, on her sheets. In but a moment she relaxed, relieved but limp after her ordeal, soiled and spent. And so did the routine begin again. Marie coughed and moaned as she was lowered back into the tub. As Joe B.'s wife took care of Hope and started the laundry, Faith, at 11 years old, already a little adult, helped her dad gingerly wash the folds of Marie's ears and the corners of her eyelashes. She picked up extra towels and shampoo as Joe B. carried his gasping daughter back to the kitchen counter to clean her hair again. Lying there helpless, Marie's body startled again. A panicked look flooded over her face, and she coughed and gagged with another seizure. Years of seeing and not understanding boiled up within Faith. Standing by her sister's head, she couldn't take any more. "This just isn't fair," she cried, and tears spilled out over her cheeks. Joe B's wife, crossing the room, stopped in her tracks. Little Marie, hardly able to speak out a single word, reached her contorted hand to Faith's face and wiped at a tear. Plainly she said, "Faith, no." At last she was clean and calm and fell into restless sleep after a spare snack of crackers and juice. The family members spread to different parts of the house, each to a separate piece. Joe B arrived in the bathroom, weeping and cursing and praying. The darkness grew yet more deep, and Faith first crawled into the sanctuary of bed, then later her mother, and finally Joe B, in the room filled with heavy blackness and sighing. As he contemplated the invisible ceiling and what lay beyond, and the hole he felt within his heart, no lack of light could hide the redness of Joe B's eyes. With all the hurt and burdens the world has laid on Marie, still she cares more about Faith's suffering than her own. "Faith put me to shame tonight," added his wife, without turning from her side. Quietly, her chest heaved with heartbreak. Every time Marie tries to take a step, or signs a word, or smiles, she overcomes all the evil the fall has dumped on her. She wins a battle over everything that's against her, over everything that God hates. "She is the mightiest warrior in this family," Joe B replied. "I can do at least as much." That's The Job, available on Amazon.com. Thanks for listening, and have a great day.